Cell is the most overrated Dragon Ball villain. People act like he was such a witty and intelligent villain, but actually, looking back on his lines in the anime, they weren't that good. Let's get a Twitch chat anime hot takes edition out here. We're keeping it to Dragon Ball Naruto right now. Tien is Goku's most underrated, underutilized rival. He also got undeservingly replaced by Piccolo early. He got replaced by Piccolo. He got replaced by Piccolo 2 arcs later, and then he was also just stronger than Tien. I mean, what did you want from Tien? Because Tien had a character arc of becoming a good guy early on. So did you want like a friendly rivalry to last like dumb long between two characters who aren't of similar power? Or did you want the main antagonist from 2 arcs ago to still be like the strongest guy there? Like, did you want Tien Shinhan, Goku, and Piccolo Jr. to be on the same wavelength of power? Because then I would just ask, why? Nah, I don't like Tien being this guy that should have lasted as Goku's rival at all. Maybe if you want Tien Shinhan to just be stronger over time, I could potentially see that. He's kind of like borderline in Yamcha tier, but like obviously he would fold Yamcha 10 out of 10. But I don't see that at all. I think Tien was handled rather well. The second part of the war arc is really good. I think that's a cold take. I think everyone thinks the second half of the war arc is pretty fine outside of Kaguya stuff, right? No, everybody has an issue with the first part of the war arc. The first part of the war is like the most painful, annoying piece of shit thing going on. But the second half of the war arc, I don't think anyone has a real problem with. Madara shows up, Obito goes on crack, and then Obito not only goes on crack, but then literally gets the 10 tails, then Madara gets the 10 tails, then you get the night guy, then say what you want about Kaguya's existence, not liking her, but then after that, then you conclude with Sasuke and Naruto. So yeah, the second half of the war arc, for the most part, is like a very common thing to like. Tien is the strongest human. Nah, Krillin's strongest human. Krillin's significantly stronger. Yeah, Krillin just wins, bro. Now, if you want to say by the end of Z, yeah, I'd say Tien at the Buu Saga is stronger. But the second we go to Super, yeah, no, Krillin got that. Krillin got that big time. Roshi is the strongest human? Probably not. But probably not, but I could see Roshi defeating Krillin in a fight, if that makes sense. But I don't think he's stronger than Krillin. Gohan's potential is way overrated. No, it's not. Gohan's potential, while during the Broly movie reaction, I was doing a lot of the Broly might have the highest potential thing, and I was comparing that to Frieza because my argument was simply Frieza plus training is ridiculous. However, Broly, all Broly has to do is not die, and Broly can catch up to literally anybody. Broly went from base level to fuse Gogeta. That's a massive difference to overcome in like an hour and a half tops, because if you factor in literally all the time of beating Frieza's ass. I say that to say, even if we go 2 hours, so 2 hours tops, yeah, I'd say Broly's potential is kind of crazy. So I understand bringing other people up, but when it comes to Gohan, all Gohan has to do is like get mad and want to care, and he's just bam, strongest in the verse. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know if I'll stamp Broly over Gohan, only because Gohan can literally go from like, I haven't trained in 10 years, I haven't thrown a punch in 15, and then out of nowhere, he's just stronger than everybody. Now, it's kind of bull. In my personal opinion, I think a lot of the times they haven't explained it well, but hey, I don't know, bro. So what's overrated? Because he's definitely in the Frieza Broly. He's definitely in the Frieza Broly tier. He has more potential than a person like, maybe you could get crazy and try to argue Goku, but yeah, he has more potential than Goten and Trunks significantly. So yeah, like where would the overrating thing come? Gohan has pretty underrated character development. I mean, I would say that's not a hot take, but then, you know, there's a whole different bracket that thinks that Goku has no character development, so I have to just say I agree. I think the idea that Goku is the same character as well, I'm starting to disagree with Goku being a flat character as well. I think that's even a misinterpretation, but even if I must concede he's a flat character, the idea that this flat character doesn't have any development is kind of crazy. To argue that Kid Goku and adult Goku are the same human being is the most asinine shit possible. Hiruzen is underrated. At what? At a Kage, no, he's not. And then as a fighter, I mean, Prime Hiruzen, sure, but we saw Old Man Hiruzen basically get packed up by Orochimaru. Now, granted, he had a couple of mental nerfs to him as well, but I mean, where do you place him? Where do people place him that you would say he's not? As a character? What's so special about him? He's a Hokage. Cool. I thought everybody was like, oh, he cool. I fuck with Hiruzen. I don't think he's this S-tier character that you guys are like somewhat insinuating that he could be. Itachi's a better character. Sasuke's a better character. Naruto's a better character. Guy's a better character. Minato's a better character. Like, there's endless other characters in Naruto that are significantly better than him. So when we're talking about underrated, where the fuck are y'all putting Hiruzen? He's cool. All Hiruzen's role was to be the Hokage and like just be the inspiring guy, but He's like high B to A tier. Okay, yeah, you dick sucking man. Yeah. Not going to Universe 6 after the Tournament of Power was a mistake. Now no one is invested. Well, the anime ended in the manga I haven't read yet, so there's that. Stale take, the Universe 6 Saiyans have more potential than Goten and Trunks. I think Goten and Trunks have a higher floor, obviously, but if that floor means potential, then so be it. But I would definitely say Caulifla and Kale clearly demonstrated to have higher potential. Cell is the most overrated Dragon Ball villain. People act like he was such a witty and intelligent villain, but actually, looking back on his lines in the anime, they weren't that good. And you think it's a case where DBZA wrote him better. Okay, the second half I disagree with because DBZA, as good as they were, they didn't have the influence on Cell. People were looking for DBZA to finish the Cell saga because they were excited about Cell. It wasn't the other way around. It wasn't like, oh wow, FS boosted up Cell for me. That wasn't the case. So that's just objectively wrong. Now, when we talk about Cell being overrated, I mean, you're talking about OG Dragon Ball. He's definitely better than like Pilaf. So let's get those guys out the way. And like the random Red Ribbon Army guy, the General Blues, all that stuff. So we're talking about the main villains. I mean, just definitely better than Boo. Boo has like a worse personality disorder than Cell from top to bottom. Like, I think I like first form Cell better than Fat Boo at that point in time of the series. Well, Super Boo stomps second form Cell, fair enough. But second form Cell was a transitional thing. Perfect Cell, I definitely like more than Kid Buu. It depends what we're talking about. If we're talking about just destruction incarnate, Kid Buu's pretty fun. But in terms of like who's a better, deeper, wittier character, there's no wits to Kid Buu. So there's that. Frieza, I think most people would say Frieza is better than Cell. Demon King Piccolo, I think if there's someone's overrated, it'd be Demon King Piccolo. To be honest, he kind of just like wishes to be younger and then destroys the dragon, and then it's like he had infinitely better things to do. Hell, he could have been more tenacious. He's kind of a troll in his own. Demon King Piccolo, I don't know what it was. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of things about that character that just didn't do it. Like literally, I just feel like there was a lot about that character that I feel like he could have moved smarter, got more shit done. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see Cell being overrated unless people are putting Cell at number 1. Cell is commonly seen as third, and I don't think third is an overrated spot for Cell. My take is Super isn't bad, it's just all right. Yeah, Super isn't bad. The most damning thing about Super is the first 2 arcs, in my personal opinion. For me, I don't count the first 2 arcs. I don't. These are movie retellings. You could have just watched the film and then went to the anime and you missed nothing but certain dialogues, like Beerus's 10% line that's not there. If we're starting from the Universe 6 tournament to the Tournament of Power, it's not the worst thing. The only frustrating thing is obviously certain dialogue from Goku, certain transformations that are just obviously there for toys. But do I think it's bad? No. Gaara's the best written character in the show. Nah, I heard that, but no. Naruto's better written. Sasuke's better written. Itachi is clearly better written. Kakashi's better written. I'm not gonna like Gaara's down far on the list, but the best, no. I didn't see the argument for it. It exists, but there's just no way of all the like character tropes, story development, all that stuff that you land on Gaara being number 1. Not that he's not good. But number 1, nah, I don't see that. Beast not even a very good executed form. Beast, even though not a very good execute. Beast, although not really good, is a bad form. No, Betty, I'm just gonna say you think Beast is mid. Beast is cool. I think we're gonna have to rewatch the movie to get the full context of it. There's a video that explains it, all that other stuff. I've only seen Superhero through twice, but from what I got from it, it's kind of just the epitome of Gohan can surpass anybody if he just was locked in and put his mind to it, and he got a transformation because of it. Now, obviously, there's a bit more nuance and details to that, but in general, yeah, I agree. It's not this awful, unexplained form that the Rage Defenders try to sit there and tell you, but it's cool. Why should Konohamaru have been him in Shippuden, man? Not Neji, not Lee, not Sakura even though she kind of is already her, not any of the Shinobi Proctors, any of them. Why Konohamaru? He was hyped up to be a great W. Yeah, but like maybe in Boruto when he's grown up. But yeah, no, Konohamaru being him in Shippuden, kind of unrealistic to me. You're telling me in 3 years, Konohamaru still as a tot is going to be doing some shit that like he didn't already do. He took out a path of pain in Shippuden. I don't know what, like, do you want Konohamaru as a centerpiece of the story? That kind of is like one of those too many character arc things. Literally, Konohamaru just clogs the story, if anything. Now, if you want him to just have like a more badass fight, go ahead, but I just find that unbelievable considering he's still a kid. Haku smacking Kakashi Kakashi if she actually tried. On the bridge specifically, if Kakashi had like snapped Zabuzu's, I don't know. Why am I? English is hard. I just reacted for 3 hours. He had killed Sword Guy on the bridge. Like Kakashi just cold blood snapped this nigga neck. Maybe. If Kakashi got trapped in the mirrors, maybe. But in general, no. Kakashi most time just handles Haku, bro. I'm sorry to tell you that. People say Janemba is a flat character. How do I feel about that? At the surface, he's just an antagonistic guy. What development does Janemba have? None. He's just Janemba. He's an embodiment of evil. Yeah, I don't even know if that qualifies as a flat character. I mean, probably does, but like he definitely doesn't have any development whatsoever. He's just the embodiment of evil. Like does he even speak English? I don't even know if what's a flat character? Flat character definition. Two-dimensional, that they are relatively uncomplicated and do not change throughout the course of the work. By contrast, round characters are complex. Yeah, I'm about to say, if it's one or the other, then he would definitely be flat. He doesn't do anything. But like Goku being a flat character and Janemba being a flat character aren't synonymous, if that makes sense to me. I would even probably argue that Goku's just not this crazy flat character that a lot of people interpret him to be, but that's besides the point. But Janemba being a flat character, I mean, yeah, he doesn't do much. Obito is underrated as a character and power-wise. Power-wise, I don't think anybody's underrating Obito. But in terms of a character, I'll agree there. People go to, he did this all over Reen, and that's like, you just want to call him a 69 god for fun. But Obito is much more complex than that. I agree. As a character, he's underrated. People don't talk about the 22nd Budokai enough. It's one of the best tournaments in Dragon Ball. By design, yeah, but I'd say the 21st is better. The 23rd is better. You could debate the Tournament of Power. And then if you count that Buu Saga shit, am I missing a tournament? Because I ain't gonna lie. It probably just got to be at the bottom for me, gang. I can't front. Yeah, I can't front. It's better than like that random Universe 6 tournament. It's better than the micro Tournament of Power tournament. Outside of that, I guess I'd call it better than the preliminaries or whatever rounds in the Buu Saga as well. But it's definitely, yeah, it's probably in the middle ground. Mind you, I love that arc, but the tournaments in Dragon Ball are just that damn good. Kakashi versus Obito was the best visual fight in Naruto. So in terms of just coolness, at that point, if I'm just getting into some cool shit, I mean, that's definitely a solid take. I think Naruto, Sasuke, both parts are visually appealing. And then if it's just coolness, Rock Lee Gaara's back in that conversation. Even narratively, there's a good narrative with it as well. But I mean, that's just an opinion thing. That's not a hot take at all. My guy should have died with the 8 gates if it had to be him. But arguably, if it went to Lee, it would have been better for his character. I mean, obviously, if Lee did something, it'd be better for his character because Lee doesn't do anything in Shippuden. So, but guy should have dying. I mean, yeah, probably because he has nothing better to do in the war arc. In fact, I think the biggest fumble of the war arc is people don't die enough. Too many survivors for zero reason. There's no way that a bunch of characters who have been sidelined, off-screen, misutilized for some of you guys are just alive just because Zybes. There should have been way more Neji situations. Should have been a lot more characters that we know getting packed. Obviously, there was bodies, but half of them we don't even remember. Neji's death is understandable, but I don't agree with how he died. I just don't think it was hype enough, but I do agree with how he died. Dying for Hinata makes sense. Dying, understanding what Naruto was talking about makes sense. All of that shit is fire, so. Those were the Twitch hot takes. Yeah, let me know your thoughts about Twitch's hot takes versus Twitter. Subscribe to the channel and become a member, man. That's where all the uncut stuff is. That's where all the cool kids are hanging out. That's where all the hymns and trainings are, man. Become a chatter. Follow up the Twitch as well. Take care and stay blessed.